everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 GMC Canyon and its 7-speaker Bose audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, speaker locations, then we're going to get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I recommend listening with headphones so that you can hear exactly what I hear in the driver's seat. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. I'm actually not going to shut the door all the way because then we get the classic GM car, ba-da-doop, triple honk, but the all-new, redesigned 2023 GMC Canyon. This thing is elevating itself up above its corporate cousin, the Chevy Colorado. These things start in the elevation trim at about $40,000. And this one, as spec'd AT4, is well over $50,000. So it's a whole new league of truck, but it's getting a lot of fun goodies, a lot of off-road capability, and some clout, if you will. So if you do want to see more on the AT4 or any of the other GMC Canyons that we're driving today, check the link in the description. We've got a little DM first drive for you. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files, but today they're not on a USB stick because for some reason the Canyon's Android Automotive Infotainment System doesn't like my USB stick. As you can see here, it says, unsupported general USB drive. This device doesn't support this general USB drive. I don't know why. It's a pretty simple USB plugged into USB-A there. So we are running high quality audio off my phone. It's wired CarPlay, so it should be lossless. They are still lossless WAV files going right into the system. And I've still got my high quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. As I mentioned, this is an Android automotive system, meaning it's running a version of Android designed specifically for auto applications like this. It's just about an 11-inch touchscreen, standard on all the Canyons. We got Apple CarPlay open right now, but if you see I go home, very responsive, not the highest refresh rate, but it looks pretty good. Let's go down here to media, and then right here to sound. You're greeted with adjustments for bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those. Wide range of adjustability there. Below that, you have adjustments for front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, and that is it. No sort of Bose center point functionality on this vehicle. For audio controls in the new Canyon, you've got a nice volume knob right here. A little bit cheaper feeling on the clicks, but it works well enough. Kind of also going to be a little bit of a further reach for the passenger. And you've got volume on the back right side of the steering wheel. They're kind of back here in order for you to get with your back fingers there. For track selection, no sort of physical track selection here on the center stack area. If you're, say, in your mapping application here, and you want to change the track, you'll have to go to the media screen and then click next. At least it's pretty responsive, though. You do have physical track controls on the left side of the wheel, behind, again, mirroring the volume. For audio inputs in the new Canyon, you do have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth streaming, support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then because this is an Android automotive-based system, you can install a lot of different applications. This one has Google Podcasts and Google News built in, but theoretically you'd also be able to do things like Spotify, Pandora, probably not Apple Music, but most of the other music streaming services as well. And you've got USB A and C ports right there, even though it doesn't seem to be supporting my drive. What does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, but that's not the end of the world here in 2023. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 7-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door, woof, windy out there. Mid-range, wooferish type speaker, 1. 2 up there is probably a mid-range tweeterish, and then 3 center mid-range, 4, 5 over there, and in the second row here in the back, 6, 7 in the doors. Okay, I'm going to get this stuff put away so we can get out on the road. At first, I wasn't too thrilled with the system, but it's actually handling this track pretty darn well. There's a little too much hollowness in there in the mid-range hits, so I'm going to try to take the mid-range down and see if that helps at all. It makes a little bit of a difference, but not where you need it. I need it to come out of the upper bass hits, and that's not happening. But still, honestly, better than I expected. For this next track, we'll turn the bass all the way up and see what we get out of these doors. It's not falling apart as much as I expected it to. Yeah, we're not getting earth-rattling bass like you would with a dedicated subwoofer, but honestly not as bad as I expected. My thoughts on the 7-speaker Bose sound system here in the new GMC Canyon. Honestly, like I was saying, when I was first listening to this, I was like, okay, this isn't gonna be that great, but it's handling the more complex music pretty decently for being such a simple 5-speaker setup up here with just the 2 in the back. That's not really the point of this sort of truck, to be a rolling audio symphony hall or anything like that, so I'm not expecting any miracles, but it's really solid overall, and I'd be getting it a very solid B. I did get a little bit of a chance to listen to the bass system as well, the 6-speaker, and that's not too bad either. So you can tell GMC is pushing the Canyon up to not just be this basic work truck sort of experience, and it's paying off in the sound system. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on this truck, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie with DM Sound, and as always, drive on.